May I please request everyone to stand up, please? A very good afternoon, everyone. Uh, my name is Sanjay Marak, and I'm the ECC State Coordinator under the Samagra Shiksha State Education Mission Authority of Meghalaya. Uh, an hour from now, I will be your host. Honorable Chief Minister Sri Conrad K. Sangma, Honorable Minister of Education Sri Lakshman Rambui sir, Honorable Minister uh, Sri Doling, respected Chief Secretary Sri D.P. Walang, Chief Secretary, Commissioner and Secretary Sri Dr. B.D.R. Tiwari, Secretary Education Department Sri Ambrose H. Marak, all the state officials, principal secretaries from different departments, all distinguished invitees and guests present here, principals of different schools, and my dear students. On behalf of the Education Department, it gives me immense pleasure to extend my warm welcome to one and all. Welcome to the virtual launch of infrastructure upgradation of 50 government lower and upper primary schools under Meghalaya School Infrastructure Improvement Program, Phase 1, and also the launch of Nippon Meghalaya. We are extremely honored to have our Honorable Chief Minister, Sri Conrad Sangma, who has agreed to grace this occasion and launch these two programs. We are also happy to have our Education Minister, Sri Lakshman Rambui sir, who is the guest of honor for this occasion. There is a strong evidence that high quality infrastructure facilities, better instruction, improves student outcomes, and reduces dropout rates. Buildings, classrooms, and education infrastructures are crucial elements of learning environments in schools. As most of the government schools are in dilapidated condition, in many lower and upper primary schools in the state of Meghalaya, structured approach for the improvement was undertaken to address the issue. Today, our Honorable Chief Minister is here to virtually launch the infrastructure upgradation of 50 government LP and UP schools under Phase 1 Meghalaya School Infrastructure Improvement Program. Again, the National Initiative for Proficiency in Reading with Understanding and Numeracy, or Nipun Bharat Mission, was initiated on the 5th of July 2021 by the Ministry of Education, Government of India. It aims to cover the learning needs of children from the age group of 3 to 9 years. This initiative was launched as a part of National Education Policy 2020 to create an enabling environment to ensure foundational literacy and numeracy, and to ensure that every child achieves desired learning competencies in reading, writing, and numeracy by the end of grade 3. We're happy to announce a few moments from now on, the launch of these two programs, Nipun Meghalaya, will also be done by our Honorable Chief Minister of Meghalaya. I now would like to give time for our Commissioner Secretary, Sri B.D.R. Tiwari, to officially welcome the gathering.
Thank you, madam. Honorable Chief Minister of Meghalaya, Sri Conrad K. Sangma, the chief guest of today's function, Honorable Sri Lakshman Rimbui, Minister of Education, Home, etc., Sri Hamlet Tolling, Honorable Minister of CNRD, etc., Sri D.P. Walang, IAS, Honorable Chief Secretary of Meghalaya, Secretary Education, Mr. Ambrose, and Secretary Health, Madam Rosette Kurba, Lingwa, ERT by John Locke Young, senior officials from the Education Department and other departments from the government of Meghalaya, officials from the district, representative of different schools, friends from media, our very beloved children, ladies and gentlemen. It is gives me indeed a privilege to welcome on this dual program of e-launching or e-inauguration of 50 LP schools as well as the launching of Nipun Bharat Mission, this Nipun Meghalaya program. So on this occasion, I would like to welcome our Honorable Chief Minister, Sri Conrad K. Sangma sir, with his vision and foresightness and special focus on the education sector. We are taking up new initiative to improve the education, which is the foundation of any development of any society. The condition of schools, especially in the rural area about the government LP and UP school is very poor and not in good condition. So it attracts the attention from the different sections and Honorable CM sir is very well aware and then a special focused program for the improvement and upgradation of the school infrastructure. This vision has been taken up, and in three phases, this program first phase where the projects are being completed. Out of those, 50 schools are being inaugurated during this program. So I would like to extend warm welcome and thank you, sir, for sparing your valuable time for being with us and on very enthusiastically taking up this program to launch at very short time, and it will really boost especially the Nipun Bharat mission for the learning outcomes, foundation literacy and numeracy, teacher training, etc. under this component of Samagra Shiksha Abhiyan. We will try our best to achieve the targets under your guidance. It's my privilege to welcome our mentor and the guiding force of education sector, Honorable Minister Education, Lakshman Rimbui sir. Sir's keen interest in the micro level, all the small things, and he personally looks and guides us with his vast experience, and that reflects in the development of the education sector. And we are taking up all the schools, government UP and LP schools for the infrastructural improvement, sir. We welcome you, sir, in midst of us, and hope your guidance and support will lead us in further milestones. I am very grateful to Honorable Minister CNRD Hamlet Dolling for his kind presence during this program. As a community and rural development is a very core works are being taken through the department at the grassroots level, and it supports in different way to the schools also. So sir, your kind presence is really encouraging us, and we will uh, deeply honored with your kind presence, sir. I would like to welcome you here in our midst, sir. It's a really a great privilege to welcome our Honorable Chief Secretary, Sri D.P. Walang sir. Sir, before being the chief secretary, he was the leading this education sector, and he keep on guiding us on the with his vast experience and this school infrastructural program, especially in different stages and different initiatives in the education sector are being basically and guided from his end, and numerous things in the education sector, which is very complicated, especially in terms of Meghalaya with the different type of school, huge number of schools, and then in such leadership, the EDB program has given a lot of boost, and Meghalaya becoming one state receiving the funds from Government of India timely with his vision, and it has supported the education sector quite a lot. Sir, it's my privilege to welcome you in our midst and hope education sector will keep on getting your guidance on regular basis so we can do as being a new person. And since I am working with her for 4 5 months in this sector, and really it is very much learning and meaningful for me also to get the insight of the sector. And I am very thankful to you, sir, and I would like to welcome you here. And the officials from the education department, especially Mr. Ambrose C.H. Marak, who is very experienced person in this field, and he is leading at the ground level all the sectors, especially the basic to higher, and he is really very hard working person. And then other officials of his team, I would like to welcome all our officials who are doing day and night to improve the sector. Uh, I would like to welcome the officials, Madam Rosette Kurba, who is going to take over this Samagr Shiksha Abhiyan and the basic education sector. And so hope we will work together and do better in this sector. Uh, Mr. Lingwa is also here, Secretary in Government of Meghalaya. And then I would like to welcome you here. The media person who always very supportive to the education, and they are like where there is any shortcoming they reflect, so they gives opportunity to improve on those aspects. So it's my privilege to welcome all the media persons who are here, as well as the officials and the students from the different places, different districts and schools. Your kind presence will really carry this message way forward. And sir, I would like to inform that this program is being live telecasted on YouTube. So then in the districts and far-flung areas will also carry this message eh, through this program, especially in respect to the infrastructural improvement program as well as the main launching program of the Nipun Bharat. So rather than taking very much time, this Nipun Bharat mission, which is being launched, and it is initiated by the Government of India on 5th July 2021 for the, and it is acronym of National Initiative for Proficiency in Reading with Understanding and Numeracy. So it is under the Samagra Shiksha Abhiyan SSA, and it with special focus providing the access and retaining children in foundational years of schooling, teachers capacity building, development of high quality and diversified student and teacher and resourceful learning materials, and track progress of each child in achieving learning outcomes. So this Nipun Bharat is a very much foundational for this FLN, foundational literacy and numeracy by end of the grade 3 in 5 years targeted time by 2026-27. So different things are being initiated under this program, and in the school infrastructural program in the phase 1 almost 208 schools are already been taken up since last year, and most of the works are ongoing, and especially the LP schools are al, almost done. So out of those LP school, 50 schools are being inaugurated by today, and to realizing the need of this school infrastructural improvement, phase 2 for the total 100 LP UP school and 11 secondary and higher secondary school with a cost of more than 97 crore. And in phase 3, around in different categories, A, B, C, D, with the uh, conditions, it is being categorized during the survey, and total 1725 schools are also going to be taken. And I would like to once again welcome all the dignitaries on the dais, especially our Chief Minister, sir, Honorable Minister, sir, uh, Chief Secretary, sir, and all other invitees on this occasion. Thank you very much, and your kind presence will really boost this mission in the education sector. Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you, sir, for your warm welcome and also for giving an insight into the school improvement program, infrastructure improvement program, and also to Nipun Bharat mission program. I would now like to request our Chief Secretary, Sri D.P. Walang, to give the introductory address.
Thank you, ma'am. Our chief guest in today's function, Shri Conrad K. Sama, Honorable Chief Minister of the State of Meghalaya. Our guest of honor, Shri Lakshman Rumboi, the Honorable Minister for Education. Honorable Minister Shri Hamlet Dolling, in charge of Community and Rural Development. The Commissioner Secretary of Education, Dr. B.D.R. Tiwari. Senior officers who are present here this afternoon in this function. Officers from the Directorate of School Education Literacy, as well as the Directorate of Higher Education and Technical Education, as well as officers from the DRT. Ladies, gentlemen, and dear students who are present here. At the outset, I would like to thank the Education Department for organizing this very important function to inaugurate 50 schools which were constructed starting in the year 2020-21 onwards, and also for launching this Nipun Meghalaya mission. Introduction has already been given by our Commission Secretary Education. I'll not go deep into details as far as the numbers are concerned, but some very glaring statistics which stares us in the face on a day-to-day basis, I think so should be mentioned here. We have at present about 14,694 schools in the state of Meghalaya, 14,694, out of which a majority of them, about 87%, are LP schools, and LP and elementary schools, LP and upper primary, lower primary and upper primary, and the remaining 13% are secondary and higher secondary schools. So basically, the bulk of the schools that we have in the state, 87%, that is about nearly 12,000 numbers, are actually in the level of class 1 to class 8, the elementary section. Most of these schools are actually in very dilapidated condition, most of them taken over from the district council in the year 1994. And many of them, you all are aware, it has been discussed at different forums, without roofs, without windows, without proper equipments like furniture and other facilities that's required in the classrooms. It was with the vision of both the Honorable Chief Minister as well as the Education Minister that we had to take a very strong call in spite of the financial burden, the financial problems that we had in the state. And this call was taken in the year 2019, 1 year after this government came into power. And in 2019, Honorable Chief Minister had a review meeting of the Education Department and said that this is not done. Meaning that we cannot continue like this with the present condition of the schools. We have seen pictures, we have seen videos in social media, the condition of all these schools, and it's to use the word pathetic is actually an understatement. It's worse than that. I'm happy that in 2019, the government took this call under the leadership of our Chief Minister when we had the review meeting. And then we had started this phase by phase reconstruction of all these schools. It was mentioned by B.D.R. Tiwari, our commissioner, but then I'll just reiterate and again mention the numbers. So we have decided, and planned to redo about 2016 elementary schools. That is LP and upper primary schools covering students of class 1 to class 8. In phase 1, 191 LP schools and 7 upper primary schools, all of them work started and 90% of the work completed. This we started in the year 2020 in the midst of COVID. And in spite of COVID, we have completed almost all as of today. And we are launching 50 today by the Chief Minister. We are hoping to launch another 50 in November. And we are hoping to launch the balance in January first week. So this is phase 1, covering 208 schools, which also includes 10 secondary and higher secondary schools. So these schools are really, if you go and see these schools in the rural areas, especially, without proper facilities, no proper roofing, no proper windows. But then now, 10 of them have been repaired, and these new facilities with infrastructure like furniture will be given to all these schools. So in phase 1, as I mentioned, 208 schools. And in phase 2, we are going to take up 100 LP schools and 11 secondary and higher secondary schools. Work for these will start in the month of November, hopefully, because we are thinking that maybe October will still continue with the rains and all that. So November, hopefully, we'll start with the 100 LP schools and 11 secondary and higher secondary schools, phase 2. Then phase 3 also. In phase 3, we're going to take out 1,725 schools in 4 grades. Grade 1, fully repair 117. Grade 2, 761 major repair. Grade 3, 799 minor repair. And grade 4, about 48 just touch up like painting work and all that. So this will take care of 2016 schools being taken care of, being repaired by this government, and all of them are government LP schools and upper primary schools. And this is out of 2,634 elementary schools that we have in the state. So we're covering 2016 out of 264. The rest of the schools, they are more or less in good condition. So we are hoping that in the next 1 year, all these schools will be in good condition, and this, I'm sure, will facilitate better instruction, will improve students' outcome, and also reduce the dropout rates that we often talk about in the state, especially in the rural areas. We are fully aware that now in the rural areas, without repairing the schools, when it rains, the students go back home. It's a holiday. If it rains for 3 days, 4 days, it's a 3-day, 4-day holiday for all of them. Now that's gonna stop. Because with proper facilities, which we are going to show to you over here, what type of schools we have built in the last 2 years, you'll be very happy to see that the future of the students in the state of Meghalaya is in good hands, and we are taking good care of their future. Now, one point which is often discussed in public forum is regarding the poor performance in education sector. Now, there are two parameters. There are two ways of looking at it. Two parameters. One is the rating through the SDG India Index. That is the Sustainable Development Goal Index. That is one way of looking at the rating that's being done. The second rating is through the Performance Grading Index, PGI. In both of them, Niti Aayog's backing of SDG India Index, as well as PGI, which is through the Ministry of Education, infrastructure holds the key point. And maximum score is through infrastructure, which we have always fared so badly because of the reasons which I've stated. If we are repairing 2,000 schools today, it means that we have scored 0 in almost all those 2,000 schools. So therefore, if you look at the SDG India Index, Meghalaya scored only 48 points and is ranked 4th in Northeast in education. And we fared very badly in indicators like infrastructure, which is electricity and drinking water, with the least score in the Northeast with 28.39 points. Same is the case with PGI index. Here also we ranked second last in infrastructure, only after Bihar. Now with the completion, when they do the PGI index ranking again, you will see a huge difference. And then maybe in the year 2023 onwards, our ranking will surely improve with what we have done now. This is just a small step that we've done for the education department. I'm sure that with the leadership that is being given by both the Honorable Chief Minister and Honorable Education Minister. We are not touching only the education elementary section, which we are having this function. In fact, higher technical education is also in focus. The number of new colleges, the number of colleges in the remote areas that are being supported now by the department is phenomenal. It's whatever has been done the last 3-4 years has not been done in the last 50 years, in fact. So I hope that education, this is a great game changer as far as education is concerned. And I'm sure that all the students who are sitting here will remember this red letter day, because this is just the first step. The first step that we have taken, and we will continue to take more and more steps leading to giant strides. And I'm sure that it'll be for the betterment of the future of the state of Meghalaya, because the foundation of growth of the state is in education. I would also like to congratulate the state for the Nipun Bharat program, which is being launched in Meghalaya today. Only 3 goals. Goal number 1 is for you children to maintain good health and well-being. Goal number 2, to be effective communicators so that you can speak well in public forums. And goal number 3, to become involved learners and connect with the environment. These are 3 goals. I won't speak much. Others are still there to give you all the inputs on Nipun Bharat and as well as on the other initiatives that we have taken. I would like to thank all of you for your patient hearing, and I wish the Education Department all the best for the future endeavors. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for that introductory address, and also for giving us a clear picture on the numbers and stats about the infrastructure upgradation of schools and its modality of implementation, and also the assurance of raising the PGI for the state. Now, may I invite and request our guest of honor, Minister of Education, Sri Lakshman Umbui, to kindly deliver his speech. Sir.
Thank you, Madam. Our Honorable Chief Minister, the Chief Guest of this function today, our colleague in the Cabinet, Ba Hamlet Darling, our Chief Secretary, DP Walang IAS, Principal Secretary, Dr. Shakil Ahmed, and Commissioner Secretary, Dr. B.D.R. Tiwari, the officers of different departments, officers from Education Department, the friend from media, and most importantly, the students who are here today. This is a red letter day in history of Meghalaya in school education. Because today, our Honorable Chief Minister will inaugurate 50 government LP school and UP school. What is the significance of this 50? The significance is that we are celebrating 50 years of our statehood. So this occasion marks the first, and we hope that we will do more. Our Chief Secretary has already mentioned the condition of our infrastructure, of school infrastructure in the state, which in every forum, be on the floor of the house, be in seminar, be in social discourse, always people talk about the education in the state of Meghalaya. We are alive to that discussion. That's why to improve the education system, we have to have a short-term, long-term, a medium-term, and long-term policy. And infrastructure plays a very important role because a school is a temple of learning. So if the temple of learning is not is in very bad shape, how do you think the student will learn? So that's why the we have to improve. And for the recall, or Chief Secretary already mentioned how many government LP schools in the state, 2,600 plus. And why this government have to rebuild more than 600 and have to do major repair, medium reparation, and also minor repair more than 1,000 schools. That means that for all these years, many governments overlook the need of the student. Because student does not need a school. A school should have the good infrastructure so that the environment for learning it should be conducive to them. And we know the education in Macleod, in some place, there is a school, the school building is good, and there is no teachers, or teacher is very few. And in many of these 2,000 schools, teachers is there, student is there, but they cannot teach when there is rain or inclement weather. So this step forward, which the government undertook under the leadership of our Chief Minister, we know that education will improve. I am not bothered about the ranking. Ranking is just a benchmark for us to improve. But if we see the improvement in the last 4 years, from 584 PHI ranking, we climbed to 610. And from 610, we climbed to 649. And I'm sure when the new PHI score come up, we will cross 700. That's why I'm not bothered about the ranking. I'm bothered about how to improve. We see the improvement in ranking because why? Because the government is focused on this issue. So, my dear friend, the purpose of this function today to show to the world that we are not only speak, but action speaks. That 208 schools all over the state is on the verge of completion. And it is not that only these 50 have been completed. No. That's why I'm telling you that significance of the 50 is that to celebrate the 50th year of our statehood. So we just launched this small initiative so that people will know. And having said that, still a long way to go. Our education department, I'm very happy under the with the Pak Iwalan when he was additional chief secretary, Ambrose, and all the officers. We are working tirelessly, and result will show in the in the short term and long term also. Because, as I said, improvement is there, and we will do more. But we need the cooperation of each one of you. How to do this? And after inauguration of this, through this media friend, I want to tell each and every managing committee. I used to tell that nobody take care of government school because government school they take is nobody's own it. It is owned by the committee. Please take care about this building. Please take care about the attendance of the teachers. Please take care about the quality of teaching all your respective schools so that we could together we could improve. And as I said, this is not only initiative. We have done training of the teachers. More than 20,000 teachers have been trained through different media, be sponsored by ADB, be through Nishta program, be through other means of training. And not only that, many of our textbooks we have energized it so that you can get it online. And we will do more. And not only that, we have relooked at our curriculum and how to improve it in the future. All these initiatives will go in a long way in transforming the education system in the state for the interest of our children and the future generation. And number 4, when all this infrastructure is completed, I'm sure with a new way of learning, that all these schools, in due course of time, we could provide ICT teaching or online teaching or whatever necessary in the school. But we need the managing committee, the village darbar to own this school and feel that this school is owned by them to take care of them, because no matter how much investment the government invests, until unless take care by different stakeholder, the government cannot just do again and again and again. So on today's occasion, I really congratulate the office of department from the secretariat till SDO level for the wonderful contribution which they did for the betterment of education. And regarding the Nipun Bharat mission, Nipun Meghalaya, learning nowadays is very dynamic. We have to upgrade ourselves. We have to learn, relearn, and reacquire knowledge. And this mission will help from the young age of our children to learn, acquire knowledge, and also build that uh, to build in them that they should learn, relearn for their own future and for the future of the state. It is good. Thank you very much. God bless you. God bless Meghalaya. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for that inspiring speech, and also having reminded us about the strategies, the various strategies to improve the learning of children in the state. Now we have come to the core of this program, that is the virtual launching of the two programs. May I now invite our Honorable Chief Minister, Sri Conrad K. Sangma, to virtually launch the infrastructure upgradation of 50 lower primary and upper primary schools under phase 1, and also the Nipun Bharat, Nipun Meghalaya. We have the videos which will follow this. May I request everyone to kindly bear with us. It will take, I think, about 5 minutes only.
Before, after, just. Then before presentation is then CM sir. थोड़ा आवाज बढ़ा दें साउंड
Mungkin perlu perlu kan tentang berdiri bagi hari seperti tentang duit kalau ini. Jadi tentang ini info tentang yang lingkungan
We are the so sun. Can you count us out for different time to go come on? Apa cinta pasti Korea. Apa cinta pasti Korea Neo. N-I-P-U-N, gotcha, game. Doing and run and play, so number games. To add, subtract, or just pronounce our names. It would make Alaya for a future. It would make Alaya for a future. It would make Alaya for a future. La 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 a little one was not Yari, who know, Niroi Nikil Hakapuli, who see one talk, one head from Gilbert, one who live. Penyampaian manfaatnya to read and write and play some language games, to add, subtract, or just pronounce our names. It would make Alaya for a future. It would make Alaya for a future. We are the so sun. You can look out and stop for different times to go come on. Apa cinta pasti Korea Neo. N-I-C-U-S. Yaksha came to read and write and play.
At the background, the new building which you are seeing, it has been constructed by the present government. I'm the PMC of the Silla block, and this is the housing Mara, who's the head teacher of the school, and she's Madam Rafa Sogame Mara, is the assistant teacher of this school, and is the president of the school managing committee of this. It was constructed in the year 2021. So how much was the earlier? Earlier, the school building was too small and it was in a dilapidated condition. But now the present government has constructed the new big building. And he is our head master of this school. Sir, that the classroom has been constructed, is there enough classroom? Sir, what is new building constructed new building?
Nippon Meghalaya for a future. Nippon Meghalaya for a future.
Now in what the schools have been integrated, and we have a small presentation to showcase how it was earlier and after the upgradation, how it looked presently. A small presentation. This is the Siltum Government Lower Primary School, like before and after. From government LP school. Rohit Government Primary School. It was at top, थोड़ा सा नीचे से ऊपर. See the before how dilapidated building was. It was very old Assam type building and with the concrete walls, etc. Dabram Government LP School in South Garo. This is Bajragri Government LP School. It was looking very bad. Now it is after reconstruction. All these have this Diana roofing and a nicely fitted door, wall, and inside furnitures are also been provided. Wiring is also there.
Now may I request everyone to stand up while our Honorable Chief Minister launched the second program, that is Nipun Meghalaya. The video is there.
While India has nearly 25 crore school-going children who face the challenge while learning as they have not been provided with foundational learning skills of basic reading and numeracy. Foundational literacy and numeracy, or FLN, refers to a child's ability to read with meaning and solve simple mathematical problems. A strong foundation of basic reading and numeracy at a foundational level enables children to develop the ability to read and learn fluently in the long run. Class 3 is considered to be the crucial stage by which children are expected to have acquired these skills. However, in India, statistics show that 33% of students in class 3 could not read small text with comprehension, while 44% students cannot use basic maths to solve daily life problems. Research states that children lacking in FLN will become increasingly incapable of closing the gap in learning and in the long run drop out of school altogether. The National Education Policy 2020 and Atmanirbhar Bharat recognize that FLN is crucial to learning and call out an urgent need for a nationwide mission on FLN. The Ministry of Education, Government of India is launching the National Initiative for Proficiency in Reading with Understanding and Numeracy, Nipun Bharat under Samagraha Shiksha. The mission will ensure universal achievement of FLN while India school-based assessments and holistic report cards, enabling teachers by ensuring they are proficient in teaching FLN, by creating a fun and engaging learning environment in and outside classrooms, community involvement, organized reading activities, volunteer to help children acquire FLN, parental participation, engage in at-home learning activities with children like read with them, engage in school activities like attending PTMs, getting involved in SMCs. FLN skills would help children to learn to read and learn more meaningfully as they progress academically, so that in the future they read to learn and develop 21st century skills like problem solving and critical thinking. These skills will provide every child with an equal opportunity to succeed and become empowered citizens of the future. Let us join hands together and make the Nipun Meghalaya mission a success in enabling a bright future for our children.
I'd like to take this opportunity to specially thank the music composer and the lyricist, Mr. Edward Thamar, and to specially thank Lavinia Khonglam and the parents of Josiah Shangpliang, Regina Bawanvilang Lingdo, Priscilla Lam Liang Thi Lingdo, Jemima Lingdo, Triorica Marbanyang, Susanna Thamar, Vivia Thamar, and Megan Akasha Marak. Uh, may I now invite and request our Honorable Chief Minister, Sir, to deliver the inaugural address.
The guest of honor, for today's program, the Honorable Minister of Education, Home and other departments, Shri Lakmen Rambui, my colleague in the Cabinet, Honorable Minister in charge CNRD, Information Technology and other departments, Pa Hamletson Tolling, our Chief Secretary to the Government of Meghalaya, Shri D.P. Walang, our Additional Chief Secretary, Dr. Shakil Ahmed, our Commissioner and Secretary for Education, Shri B.D.R. Tiwari, all the other officials of the Education Department who are present out here today, all my dear students and dear friends who are here to be part of this very important and a very meaningful program that we are having, and a program that has taken a lot of effort to reach to this stage, and a program that has actually started in a very, very small way, but the meaning behind it and the impact of it will be very big. And the programs to follow after that also are going to be very important game changers for the education sector. This entire thought process had started way back in 2019 when we realized that there was a huge deficit in the overall infrastructure that was provided at the grassroots level for the students, especially in the rural areas. And of course, it doesn't require a scientist to really understand the entire process. But if you were to just look at and observe the kind of schools and buildings that are there, even while you're traveling on the road, you will be able to understand the kind of challenges that are there in the education sector. And hence, when this entire problem came up in front of us, I requested then Principal Secretary Education, who is now the Chief Secretary, to give us a detailed presentation on how many schools really are there which require improvement and overall infrastructure improvement, and those schools that require new buildings. And as soon as he brought the numbers in front of me and the kind of challenge that was there was a silence in the room for almost about 10-15 minutes, because we just didn't know whether this is real or unreal. And the kind of efforts that would be required to actually make a change was something that was just beyond our thought process at that moment. And we just couldn't digest the numbers that were coming in front of us. And even I got really confused on how we will move forward. But then we looked at the problem and we said, let's break it down. Let's try to create phases. Let us start somewhere. And I tell, our students are here. I want to share this very small experience with you. And I share this experience with a lot of youngsters. And I tell them that, whenever I get a chance, I normally, earlier I used to do it a lot, but nowadays I don't, because I don't get much time. But I used to always iron my own shirts. And I think ironing a shirt, don't look at my shirt now and say whether it's ironed or not. So I'm giving an example. When you iron your shirt, you see, it's something that's a lot of people think it's a simple process, but actually it's a problem-solving process. And when you look at the entire shirt crumpled up, you think, how am I going to wear this shirt? But then you start ironing the hand. Then you start ironing, the sides, the front, the back. And before you know it, your entire shirt is ironed. I want to tell the students that in the future, wherever you are and whatever you do in life, There will be a lot of big problems that you will see. And the only way to resolve big problems is to break them down into smaller problems, put them into achievable goals, break them up into different categories. And then you will see that there is a solution coming out slowly and steadily. You may not be able to change everything in one go, but then you'll be able to slowly see the difference, and that will give you the satisfaction and the motivation to keep doing it more and more. Like ironing a shirt. So once you iron the hand and you see the work complete, you feel good. Then you go to the other hand. So like that, today, what we're doing is solving the problems in bits and pieces. We had 2,000 schools to renovate. 2,000. The numbers that came in front of us to make that happen was mind-boggling. I think if anybody had seen those numbers, they would just run away. They said, we can't do this, forget it. But then we had a desire and a will and a determination, I should say, to do it. And so we told the department, let's start somewhere. Let us start. If we keep looking at this problem, we will never be able to resolve it. Let's start somewhere. And that's when this initial 208 schools came in. Of course, before that, we had started in small ways to make additional classrooms through different projects from Tribal Affairs Ministry. About 360 schools got additional classrooms. But this entire focused and very, planned approach to actually resolving this infrastructural problem in LP schools started with this phase. And so we did 208 schools. Then we said that, well, it's moving right direction. Then we have again sanctioned 100 schools. And then we realized that maybe all schools don't require new buildings. There are a large number of schools that are quite okay, but they just need maybe the roof to be changed. Maybe inside the walls need to be strengthened. The windows need to be changed. The doors need to be changed. So maybe we don't need 48 lakhs for every school. Maybe we need just about 5-10 lakhs for some of the schools. So we started categorizing them. And then we realized that it's possible. So we realized that there are about 800 plus minus schools that are in B category, which require major repair, maybe about 5 to 8 lakhs to 10 lakhs. Then we realized that there are about 600, 700 schools which require minor repair, maybe about 3 to 5 lakhs. And then there are some schools which just require about 1 lakh just to paint the building, maybe just change a bit of the infrastructure. And here we are, the shirt looks almost, at least the plan looks almost that it's going to be completed. And we are actually we are on the way to actually be able to 100% see all the LP schools with a new facelift. If not a new building, at least the schools will be renovated and will be in a stage for providing proper study and environment to the children. So hence, it has been a very difficult process. The government of Meghalaya every year has a education cess. And through this education cess, we put the cess on minerals. And on an average, depending on the mining that is there for limestone and other minerals, roughly about 50 crores to 100 crores is collected. So this money was always collected meant for education purpose, but it was never used for it, for whatever reason. So we realized and we decided that, well, if the cess for education is being collected, well, it better be used for education. And that's when we started actually using these funds, which is meant for education, the education cess, into actually making buildings. And it is with this money, it is with that money that we collect from the education, from the cess amount for minerals, that we are actually implementing these different projects. And I'm happy to inform you that we are in the right direction and we should be able to complete the process very soon. As our Chief Secretary mentioned, next month also we will have another 50 schools. The month after that also we are trying for another 50 schools to be inaugurated. Most of them are in completion level, at least the 208 which we had initially started. And we should be able to start the work for the rest of the schools. We have put a target that the B category and the C category and the schools and some of the D category schools, which are very, very basic repair, we have a target that in about 100 days we should be able to finish. That means about 1,500 plus schools which require minor repair and some major repair. We have gone on a mission mode where we are going to categorize these schools into 100 clusters, and on a mission mode we will put all the deputy commissioners, officials, departments all behind it to monitor things and target that we should be able to complete this B and C category renovation within a specific period of time. It's a big challenge. I'm not saying that it will happen or it won't happen, but we are daring to do it and moving forward with it, and we will do our best to ensure that we are able to meet that target. While we say that, I think the Education Minister has clearly mentioned to all of you, it's not that we can transform everything in one go. Education sector may be one of the most complicated sectors that we have, and departments, complicated departments that we have in the government. Everything from the kind of categorization of teachers, from the different categorization of schools, from different problems that each of these categories have, to different administrative issues that were there earlier which need to be then again streamlined, to different demands and pressures from different categories which are there, so on and so forth. It's not possible for us to transform education in one go. But as I said, a long journey starts with the first step. And I can assure you that we have taken more than the first step. A lot of things have happened. We are in the right direction. And we are sure that as we move along, we will see a huge change in the way the rankings are there for our state. Rightly mentioned by the Chief Secretary that majority of the rankings takes place based on the infrastructure availability or the absence of the infrastructure. And therefore, we realize that we need to change that to be able to improve our rankings. Hence, once we complete these schools and we're able to improve overall the infrastructures, you will automatically see that in 2023, 2024, 2025, as the infrastructures get complete, you will see that the rankings for the Meghalaya state education sector is going to go up. And this has been the strategy that we have adopted at all levels of governance. And today, it's not just the education sector. As a government, we have tried to ensure that overall governance improves at every level, in all the sectors and all the departments. And it's not we that are claiming that we have done this or done that. We are saying we have tried our best. But the results are showing. On the 2nd of October, which is Gandhi Jayanti, the Honorable President of India will be giving an award to the state government of Meghalaya as one of the best performers for the JJM program. This is an indication of how the PhD department has been working exceptionally well. That award from the President of India is going to come to us. We got an award from the UN, where we competed with different world nations, not just states in our country, where China, Singapore, European nations were competing against us. And we won an award for e-governance at the UN, which again is a testimony of the kind of work that's going on. The MSME and the Commerce Ministry gave us an award for the best ecosystem, startup ecosystem among the small states. It shows the kind of work that we're doing in entrepreneurship, that we're trying to promote our entrepreneurs and give our youth an opportunity. Recently, we got an award for the best performance in the MHIS, in the health department. Again, clearly reflecting the kind of work and improvement that's happening in the health department. We got an award for the sustainable tourism sector, again given by Government of India, the best among the small states. These are testimonies to reflect and show how it's not about one department. It's not about what we do for one particular problem. It's about the entire working mechanism of how government should deliver, how a system should work. And I've been stressing on this point from day one that we are not coming here to change everything. We are coming here to improve on where we were and make it better. And we can do it by doing small changes. It's not that we have to change everything. Small steps, small changes, small monitoring, continuous, accountability, reporting. These are simple things that can change the way things are. Small steps. Today we have 50 schools we're inaugurating. Next month we'll do another 50. By January we'll have another 50. And slowly and steadily we will go towards the 2000 mark that we have set for ourselves. And these kind of things need to happen at every level. It's not just at the Chief Minister's Secretariat or only at the ministerial level or just the cabinet level. But each and every one of you who's here working with the department needs to realize that your contribution is there at your level to make things better. What you can do to improve things. And it is only when we work as a team, and we are a team, let me tell you. We work together. We respect each other. We support each other. We make mistakes, but we learn from our mistakes. We tell each other about the mistakes we're making, but we should not forget that we are here for a purpose. If we forget that, then that's what the things will go wrong. Making mistakes is fine. I keep telling my team. They told me, sir, we couldn't do it. That's fine. We can't do everything, but at least we tried. You made a mistake, let's try to rectify the mistake. Let's see what we can do to change it. And we will work with you to help you to improve that and to make the difference. I think if we work in this manner, I'm sure that this entire dream that we have, this entire goal that we have, to make Meghalaya the top 10 states in the country, and maybe not the top 10 states, top 5 states in the country, I'm sure we can achieve it. Our state is second to none. Our team and our people are second to none. And I firmly believe that. And we are showing it. As I said, today we are competing with nations. In the UN award, we were competing with China. We were competing with Singapore, with Mexico, with UK. And yet Meghalaya got that award in that category. So when we can do it at the international level, then why can't we do it here at our own state? And therefore, today's step that we took, the small step of ensuring we see the small change of improving the infrastructure, is going to make a huge difference in these children's lives. And I must congratulate our education minister. I must congratulate our chief secretary, who have been the driving force for this entire project to succeed. We sit here and we give the vision, the direction, but that's not enough. It is the work that you put in to meticulously plan every single bit. In spite of COVID, the entire education team and the entire team of the contractors and the engineers who worked have really done an excellent job. And as we mentioned by the chief secretary, that within another month or 2 months' time, we'll be finishing the first 208 schools, all of them. We're almost 90% done. The ones we did today are the ones that are fully 100% complete. The rest are also almost 90%, 80% complete. So it's a great achievement. I congratulate the team for the excellent work that's been done, but we have a long way to go. We have a lot of work to be done. And I'm sure that with the same zeal and same focus and determination, if we work, we will be able to achieve the 2000 mark that we all are targeting. So friends, once again, I thank each and every one of you for coming here for this meeting. I wish all of you the very best. Even the other programs of the Nipun Bharat Mission program, as you understand, is a very important program for our entire children, where we'll be working towards building up their foundational skills, which is, of course, a lot of things we are also doing as a state government in our early childhood development programs. But this is an addition from Government of India's side for promoting that. And I'm sure that this mission also will go a long way in improving the overall cognitive capability of our children and overall analytical skills that they will have, and the entire capacity to be able to absorb more, because as we know, the child's brain grows the most and absorbs the most before the age of 8. So as mentioned, that the class 3 is very critical because of that factor. And therefore, we need to be working in a focused manner to be able to achieve that particular goal also. And I'm sure that the Nipun Bharat mission will help us in achieving that goal. So once again, I thank each and every one of you for coming to this program, and I wish each and every one of you the very best. May God bless each and every one of us, and may God bless our beautiful state of Meghalaya. God bless Shibun, Mathela, and Jai Hind. Okay, there is a pledge that we have to take. I would request all our, especially our children, our young students, to please repeat after me. I will just read out a few lines and request you all to kindly repeat after me. Let us join hands
Let us join hands
to ensure a conducive learning environment,
to ensure a conducive learning environment,
enabling all children to achieve
enabling all children to achieve
foundational skills.
foundational skills.
We pledge to make the school
We pledge to make the school
a place of joyful and experiential
a place of joyful and experiential
learning where children
learning where children
can use their language freely,
can use their language freely,
ask questions freely,
ask questions freely,
play freely,
play freely,
and where every child is respected.
and where every child is respected.
Let us make the school,
Let us make the school
as well as the home,
as well as the home
a place for developing lifelong skills,
a place for developing lifelong skills,
for reading with comprehension,
for reading with comprehension,
writing with purpose,
writing with purpose,
and understanding numeracy.
and understanding numeracy.
In every child
In every child,
that they can apply in their everyday life situations.
that they can apply in their everyday life situations.
Let us strive
Let us strive
to make education meaningful
to make education meaningful
and joyful for each child
and joyful for each child
of our country and make of our country
and of the country,
and make every child Nipun.
and make every child Nipun.
Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir, for that inspiring message and also for sharing your vision, especially in the sector of education. We believe, sir, that under your dynamic leadership and your dedication towards the sector of education, the PGI level will increase, the learning outcome of the students will improve, and that we will be able to produce responsible and productive citizens for the state. Thank you, sir. We have come to the end of this program. May I now request and invite our Secretary, Education Department, Sri Ambrose H. Mara, to propose a vote of thanks.
A very good evening to everyone present here. Thank you, Madam Singhji, for this wonderful opportunity to propose a vote of thanks in this very august, auspicious function. First of all, I would like to thank our Honorable Chief Minister, Sri Conrad Sangma, for being here with us in this evening to launch the 50 lower primary and upper primary schools upgradation, and also launching the Nipun Meghalaya in the state of Meghalaya. Thank you, sir, for your time, for being with us here today. I see in you that you are not a person who strike the iron while it is hot, but you are a person who strike the iron and make it hot. And with this idea of yours, this beautiful program has taken place today, and the program of school infrastructure upgradation is taking place from this year's onwards. Thank you very much, sir, for being with us here today, and we hope that under your great leadership, the state will shine for many years. I also would like to thank our Honorable Education Minister, Home, etc., for being here with us today.
I have been in education department for many years. I thought I know many things about education, but Sir Lakmen Rumbui knows more about education in the state of Meghalaya more than anyone else. I thank you, sir, for guiding us and giving us the insights to carry on with our daily activities in the education department. And thank you for being with us here today. Our Cabinet Minister, Hamlet Dolling, who has been always kind enough to be associated with the Education Department. I thank him for being here with us today in this inaugural function. I also would like to thank our uh, Honorable respected Chief Secretary, Sri D.P. Walang. He has been mentor and he has been guide for the education department. And equally, we have been long years in the education department. And today, still, he continues to support us and he continues to lead us for the education department. So I, especially from the bottom of my heart, would like to thank you for being with us and addressing this gathering. I also would like to thank our Additional Chief Secretary, Dr. Shakil Amit, who has been kind enough to be present here and grace the occasion with us today. Thank you, sir, for your being present here with us. Our Commissioner Secretary, Dr. B.D.R. Tiwari, who has been very active and now he is trying to be very active in the education department, and we will continue to work under his leadership, and we pledge that we will be able to support you in whatever capacity we have in the education department. Thank you for welcoming the gathering in this meeting. I have long list of thanking the names for being here with us today, but I will not be able to thank each name, each and everyone present here. I would like to warmly extend my appreciation to my senior colleagues, Madam Rosette Kuba, Chi Lingua, my colleague John Lakiang, the director, DART, my deputy directors, and all the officers who have been kind enough to be here with us today. The officers from different departments, the principals of Pine Mount School, teachers, students, Pine Mount Schools, students from Boys and Girls Higher Secondary School, the teachers, all the directorate, faculty, members from DART, and my officers from Education Department and SEMAM, who has been tirelessly working to make this function successful. Thank you very much once again, all of you. Matela, Kublai Sigun, and Jai Hind.
The program is over. However, please stay back for refreshments.